Hi, Diana, and welcome.
Hello. Hi, Anna. Thanks for inviting me. Hello, everybody.
Great to have you with us.
This wonderful conference.
Thank you very much in advance, and enjoy. I will leave the stage to you.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everybody. Great to be part of this wonderful conference. I wish I could share a few of the slides that we prepared for you, but looks like I'm not able to share right now. But nevertheless, I think the important part is the message. My name is Diana Stefanova, and I'm part of VMware, a global company, software technology company, one of the leading ones in the world. I've been with VMware for close to 13 years. I lead global site strategy and investment. I'm also a leader of the VMware Bulgaria organization, which some of you might have heard of. So there's a lot of things we can share, and definitely we have been living in unprecedented times lately, and the reality is that it caught us a little bit unprepared. And now we are here to talk about the future of work. And why are we talking about the future of work? Well, we had to really change the way we work, the way we learn, the way we connect, the way we interact with each other overnight, pretty much with this pandemic and COVID-19 situation. And we at VMware particularly were lucky to be able to switch overnight. We had no problems. We were worried in the beginning how this is going to impact productivity. But the good news is that not only didn't impact productivity, but actually had a positive impact on productivity. Of course, we did face some challenges, not from a technology standpoint of view, because we were well equipped and prepared to really switch and continue working and supporting our customers and partners remotely. But some of the challenges were really learning to work remotely, because the reality is that with working from home, you don't have a beginning, end of the day. The rituals that you used to, the interactions with colleagues were somehow different. So it had taken some time and required some adaptation on our end as well, and creativity, if you wish. So today, some of the rituals that we implemented is not only we have professional start of the day with stand-up meetings and sync up, and we talk about what will be done and what was done the prior day, but we also have afternoon social cafes where we get together and informally connect with each other. So those type of things are important for us to be successful. We've been in this situation for several months now. It's not just VMware. Globally, 91% of the organizations switched to a remote working environment during COVID-19. And in the past, that was really not the case, because only a small number of people were working remotely, working from home. Now, we know that this situation is here to stay, because until we have vaccination, during the next probably 12 to 18 months, we will continue working with this in this manner. In fact, many of the technology companies and global companies globally are saying this is going to be the new normal. This is the way we'll be working in the future, because we have proven we are successful working this way. Twitter, Facebook, Shopify informed everybody that this is going to be the new normal, and maybe they're not going to go back to the office the old way. Same applied to VMware, by the way. We expect that in the future, about 50 to 60% of our workforce will be distributed. And when we speak about distributed, it doesn't mean that absolutely 100% people are going to be working from home. What that means is that people are going to have a choice where they work from. And this is very important. They will have a choice where they work from, how they work. We have proven that when we work from home, we're able to focus more, and maybe this is the place for individual focused work. And when it comes to the offices, we are going to be redesigning our offices, more of a collaboration space type of offices. So you go to the office to collaborate, less to do individual work. So the future of work is actually going to be a very, very hybrid. It's a balanced approach. So we'll be able to balance between how we work, where we work from, and make sure that we are distributed in nature, but also we work in a hybrid manner. We have a choice in terms of how we work. In terms of the future of work, obviously this is changing, but for us to be successful, it will require to rely on technology, to heavily rely on technology. And to be honest, I think VMware is one of the few companies in the world that can enable the digital transformation. And the digital transformation is becoming more important than ever before. We can help organizations build, run, manage, connect, and protect any applications, because applications are the ones that we need to be productive and work remotely, but also any cloud. The data, the applications are going to be running from the cloud. So any application on any cloud, but also access data and applications from any device that you have. And that's what VMware does, really building, running, managing, connecting, and protecting any app on any cloud, on any device. And speaking of technologies, there's a lot of emerging technologies that are coming our way. And many of those are you're very familiar with. For example, artificial intelligence, or Internet of Things, or mobile, social networking, social connectivity, digital twins, quantum computing, or any types of cloud computing, or edge computing. All of these technologies are emerging, and they are going to impact our future. It will impact the way we work, the way we live, the way we connect, the way we interact. And this is going to be essential for this new normal and the new way of working, connecting, and living. But these emerging technologies are very chaotic to a big extent. There's we hear about blockchain, or we hear about artificial intelligence and machine learning and quantum computing all over the place. But how do we make sense of that? The reality is that we talk about and group those technologies in 4 tech superpowers. And what that means is that we would like to make sure that when we think about these technologies of the future that will impact our way of working and support us through this transition that we're undergoing, we make sense of them, and we leverage them in the best possible manner. So we are talking about 4 tech superpowers: cloud, mobile, edge and IoT, AI, and ML. And the cloud, many of you know, I mentioned the future of cloud is the future of work is hybrid, but the future of cloud is also hybrid, because we are talking about different types of clouds. Those of you that might be involved in that space are very much aware that you have the private cloud, you have the public cloud. So private cloud is your data centers are evolving into private clouds. The public clouds are the ones like Amazon's and Google's and IBM's and Azure of the world. But also you have edge clouds, right? Making sure that you're reaching all of the edges and providing compute in the edges as well. And telco clouds, which are more of a vertical type of clouds. So the future of the cloud is hybrid. And the reality is that the cloud is unlocking unlimited compute anywhere. Another tech power is mobile. And mobile is really giving us unlimited reach and Unlimited reach is really having the opportunity to access your data, your application from any device, from anywhere in the world. And this is what helped us be successful in this COVID-19 pandemic situation now. Doesn't matter where you are, you're able to continue being productive and supporting your customers and partners. The good news when it comes to mobile and the reach and connectivity is today 40 to 50% of the planet is connected, right? And businesses now can reach the people on like 40 to 50% of the planet, of the people on the planet. The bad news is, though, that the poorest countries on Earth, they only have 5% of their population being connected with mobile internet access. And that creates, on one side, this is a problem today, but it's a challenge today, but it's a big opportunity as well, because we can leverage smartphones and the connectivities through smartphones and bring the low income, the poverty people out of poverty through giving them connectivity and access to data, access to businesses in the world, and opportunity to change the way they're living. In the world, there's 3 billion smartphones today, approximately. There's 1.5 billion PCs and 1.5 billion tablets. So you can imagine and that's today, that's before we have reached out to the countries that are low-income countries and living in poverty, and all the population living in poverty. So if we can unlock that opportunity, if we can provide connectivity to this part of the world, we'll change the way these people live. But also the connectivity of the billions and billions and billions of devices. And we're just talking smartphones and PCs and tablets. But when we speak about devices, it's more than that. You know, today when we talk about devices, it's really in the world of Internet of Things, which is the third superpower. It's really the cars and the planes and the home refrigerators, and connectivity of all of those is going to be giving us an opportunity to blend, to merge the physical and the digital worlds. And this is really the power of IoT and Edge, which is another superpower from a technology standpoint of view that's coming our way, that's going to unlock and enable us for success in this new way of working and the new norm. So to be honest, the Edge IoT is something that's coming our way, and it's here today, and it's here to stay. And it will actually give us access to a huge amount of data, all of the data that's being collected from all of these devices across the world, millions and billions of devices. So the connectivity that generally the mobile world gives us now is getting us to the point where we connect to the numerous devices in the edge, anywhere in the world, in your household, in your city, the smart city approach, or on the smart grid when it comes to electricity, right? To understand how the entire grid is working, and we can keep going because it will impact any industry. So collection of that data and ability to understand that data is the fourth superpower, and that's around, you know, AI and ML. And that's something that you probably hear quite a lot of people to speak about. But collecting the data and making sense of that data, analyzing the data, understanding what the data really says and what are the insights through machine learning, and acting on it autonomously based on artificial intelligence is going to be a huge, huge superpower from a technology standpoint of view in the future. So that is something that we definitely need to embrace. So to summarize, the future holds a lot of great things for us. The future will require a lot of adaptivity and creativity and different way of working and different way of thinking and interacting with each other. The four superpowers are cloud, mobile, edge IoT, AI and ML, but also security, because the future is going to require that we make sure that no matter what we do, because everything will, or most of the things are going to be digital, we do it in a secure manner. And there's a lot of opportunity in that space for everybody in this industry as well. In conclusion, I would like to say, for all of us women, we've been struggling to be successful in our professional world, have successful careers, is the same time being really good mothers, good spouses, and successful in everything that we do. But the future actually is going to be more flexible for us. It will give us more opportunities. I definitely believe that this flexibility, that the new way of working that is offered, is going to be definitely an advantage for all of the women in the world, the women in tech as well, because we'll be able to achieve better work-life balance. And there's different ways of looking at work-life balance, but the bottom line is we can choose when and what and from where to attend, both on our professional sides as well as on our personal sides. So I'm a strong believer that this new flexible way of working in the new flexible workplaces and having a choice from where you work and how you work will give more career opportunities for the women as well as the men in the world. With that, Anna, I just wanted to see how much time do we have left, and are there any questions?
I will check now for questions. I want to thank you. First of all, I really love the points that you made, and the future sounds, first of all, very promising, because you mentioned that it's going to be more flexible for women, and that it will be technology and it will be of an advantage for women to have more work-life balance. And I think that one of the main struggles for women, like some of them, do need to take a career break, how to combine being a good mom and being a good employee or running a business. So that is really amazing that you mentioned. Maybe a question, what are some of the skills that are required to be to stay on the top of the game in future and own the future? Some of the main skills that women need especially.
Yep. So I think we need to be adaptable. This is the most important thing. We need to adapt to the new reality. We all have proven that we can quickly adapt to this pandemic situation and work from home and be creative in how we approach things. So adaptivity, creativity, innovative thinking is an important skill set. I think leaning into the technology that's coming our way is going to be critical for the success of both men and women.
Right. A question from Anna Jordanova. What is your formula for success?
I don't know whether there's a formula for success. I think that's a hard question to answer, but generally, I think I'll go back to the adaptability. I think different stages in life offer you different opportunities or different challenges, or you have to put different priorities in the different stages in life. And I always talk about the fact that there have been time in the beginning of my career where, I was just myself, later with my husband, and I really put focus on the career side. Later on, I had my daughters, and I really wanted to attend to the need that they had. At the same time, my career was very advanced, so I had a lot of responsibility. So adapting to the situation, making sure you have clear priorities in your mind, and ultimately do what's right, have your goals and vision where you would like to go. Don't stop if things don't go right the first time, because they wouldn't always go right. And if it doesn't happen with the first approach that you have, there's probably 3 different ways you can approach things so you can achieve your goals. And finally, adapt your goals to the new reality, because sometimes the goals that we might have had 10 years ago might not be relevant anymore. So that's like what I can say.
Thanks a lot, Diana, for your very futuristic talk, for masterfully delivering your talk without slides. I did enjoy that, and that's the power of adaptivity, truly in its nature. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and see you.
See you. All the best.
Bye-bye. I'd like to take a moment and to ask our participants, what was your favorite highlight from Diana Stefanova presentation? Thank you all. Thanks. Adaptability. Great. Balancing approaches. Offices are as a place of collaborative work. Change, transformation, adapting the new technology. Don't stop trying when things don't go right. The importance of adaptability, reevaluating your goals. That's great. There are so many comments that I'm not managing to read them all at the same time. Thanks a lot for sharing them. And I think in the current situation, it's more important than ever to really use the power of adaptability. And nowadays, working from home could be a plus, but it's also a challenge for women as they have to manage different areas. Yeah. Hi, Nima, welcome. Very happy that you made it. Almost made it there, of course, not without challenges. And then we are always trying to adapt as we go. We can have a plan, but then again, we need to improvise and make the most of the journey.